It's going to be amazing.
Thank you, Michelle. Nora and Scott, back to you.
Gail, really interesting. I have to just add, though, that Melania Trump has said, though, that one of the keys to their successful marriage is they have separate bathrooms. So I don't know how much she could say about pushing him out of the way when she needs to use the sink.
Major Garrett's down on the convention floor for us. Rudy Giuliani has just wrapped up. Major?
Yeah, Scott, we can tell you about one other minor, and I do want to emphasize minor disturbance and or protest. If David Gladstone, my photographer, would follow me up here, just above this sign that says Republican National Convention in red, there was one person with a sign that read in big, bold letters, "Refugees Welcome." Those on the floor saw that, shouted them down, escorted out. End of story. Scott?
Major, thank you very much. We're expecting Donald Trump in the next minute or so. Very unusual, maybe unprecedented, Nora, for a nominee to appear on the first night of the convention before he's actually nominated.
And not only that, appearing on another network, Fox News Network, at about 8:30, when the convention was talking to a mother, Patricia Smith, whose son was killed during the Benghazi attacks. A very emotional ceremony. But Donald Trump wants to be here all 4 nights. It just got dark here.
This is the dramatic run-up to Donald Trump taking the stage. His prepared remarks are exactly 28 words. Let's see if he sticks to it. Here's Donald Trump.
Thank you. We love you. Thank you very much. We're going to win. We're going to win so big. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. We're going to win so big. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to win so big. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to present the next First Lady of the United States, my wife, an amazing mother, an incredible woman, Melania Trump. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You have all been very kind to Donald and me, to our young son Barron, and to our whole family. It's a very nice welcome, and we are excited to be with you at this historic convention. I'm so proud of your choice for President of the United States, my husband, Donald J. Trump. And I can assure you, he's moved by this great honor. The 2016 Republican primaries were fierce and started with many candidates, 17 to be exact. And I know that Donald agrees with me when I mention how talented all of them are. They deserve their respect and gratitude from all of us. However, when it comes to my husband, I will say then I'm definitely biased, and for a good reason. I have been with Donald for 18 years, and I have been aware of his love for this country since we first met. He never had a hidden agenda when it comes to his patriotism, because, like me, he loves this country very much. I was born in Slovenia, a small, beautiful, and then communist country in Central Europe. My sister Ines, who is an incredible woman and a friend, and I were raised by my wonderful parents. My elegant and hard-working mother, Amalia, introduced me to fashion and beauty. My father, Victor, installed in me a passion for business and travel. Their integrity, compassion, and intelligence reflects to this day on me and for my love of family and America. From a young age, my parents impressed on me the values that you work hard for what you want in life, that your word is your bond, and you do what you say and keep your promise, that you treat people with respect. They taught and showed me values and morals in their daily life. That is a lesson that I continue to pass along to our son. And we need to pass those lessons on to the many generations to follow. Because we want our children in this nation to know that the only limit to your achievements is the strength of your dreams and your willingness to work for them. I'm fortunate for my heritage, but also for where it brought me today. I traveled the world while working hard in the incredible arena of fashion. After living and working in Milan and Paris, I arrived in New York City 20 years ago, and I saw both the joys and hardships of daily life. On July 28, 2006, I was very proud to become citizens of the United States. The greatest privilege on planet Earth. I cannot or will not take the freedoms this country offers for granted. But these freedoms have come with a price so many times. The sacrifices made by our veterans are reminders to us of this. I would like to take a moment to recognize an amazing veteran, the great Senator Bob Dole. And let us thank all of our veterans in the arena today and those across our great country. We are all truly blessed to be here. That will never change. I can tell you with certainty that my husband has been concerned about our country for as long as I have known him. With all of my heart, I know that he will make a great and lasting difference. Donald has a great and deep and unbonding determination and a never-give-up attitude. I have seen him fight for years to get the project done, or even started, and he does not give up. If you want someone to fight for you and your country, I can assure you, he's the guy. He will never, ever give up. And most importantly, he will never, ever let you down. Donald is and always has been an amazing leader. Now he will go to work for you. His achievements speak for themselves, and his performance throughout the primary campaign proved that he knows how to win. He also knows how to remain focused on improving our country, on keeping it safe and secure. He is tough when he has to be, but he is also kind and fair and caring. This kindness is not always noted, but it is there for all to see. That is one reason I fell in love with him to begin with. Donald is intensely loyal to family, friends, employees, country. He has the utmost respect for his parents, Mary and Fred, to his sister Marianne and Elizabeth, to his brother Robert, and to the memory of his late brother Fred. His children have been cared for and mentored to the extent that even his advisories admit they are an amazing testament to who he is as a man and a father. There is a great deal of love in the Trump family. That is our bond, and that is our strength. Yes, Donald thinks big, which is especially important when considering the presidency of the United States. No room for small thinking, no room for small results. Donald gets things done. Our country is underperforming and needs new leadership. Leadership is also what the world needs. Donald wants our country to move forward in the most positive of ways. Everyone wants change. Donald is the only one that can deliver it. We should not be satisfied with stagnation. Donald wants prosperity for all Americans. We need new programs to help the poor and opportunities to challenge the young. There has to be a plan for growth. Only then will fairness result. My husband's experience exemplifies growth and successful passage of opportunity to the next generation. His success indicates inclusion rather than division. My husband offers a new direction, welcoming change, prosperity, and greater cooperation among peoples and nations. Donald intends to represent all the people, not just some of the people. That includes Christians and Jews and Muslims. It includes Hispanics and African Americans and Asians and the poor and the middle class. Throughout his career, Donald has successfully worked with people of many faiths and with many nations. Like no one else, I have seen the talent, the energy, the tendency, the resourceful mind, and the simple goodness of the heart that God gave to Donald Trump. Now is the time to use those gifts as never before for purposes far greater than ever. And he will do this better than anyone else can, and it won't even be close. Everything depends on it for our cause and for our country. People are counting on him, all the millions of you who have touched us so much with your kindness and your confidence. You have turned this unlikely campaign into a movement that is still gaining in strength and number. The primary season and its toughness is behind us. Let's all come together in a national campaign like no other. The race will be hard fought all the way to November. There will be good times and hard times and unexpected turns. It would not be a Trump contest without excitement and drama. But throughout it all, my husband will remain focused on only one thing: this beautiful country that he loves so much. If I'm honored to serve as First Lady, I will use that wonderful privilege to try to help people in our country who need it the most. One of the many causes dear to my heart is helping children and women. You judge society by how it treats its citizens. We must do our best to ensure that every child can live in comfort and security with the best possible education. As the citizens of this great nation, it is kindness, love, and compassion for each other that will bring us together and keep us together. These are the values Donald and I will bring to the White House. My husband is ready to lead this great nation. He's ready to fight every day to give our children the better future they deserve. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald J. Trump is ready to serve and lead this country as the next President of the United States. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
And there you have it, Melania Trump, the wife of Donald Trump, delivering a speech where she talked about the kindness and simple goodness of his heart. Charlie Rose is here with us. Charlie, I spoke to a top advisor to the Trump campaign today who said Melania has been practicing for weeks on this speech.
Well, it shows. I bet Donald Trump is very proud of her tonight. She showed a different side of him than Rudy Giuliani showed, and she proved, I suspect, that she can be an asset in the campaign as this crowd is reacting to her.
English is not her native language, Scott. I mean, she does speak 5 different languages, and today she delivered a perfect speech.
She did. It was by the script, but delivered, as you say, with great perfection. It was in some part of speech that was designed to repair or begin to repair breaches with the Islamic community and with Hispanics and with Asians, people who might have felt offended by some of Donald Trump's rhetoric over the past year. She included all of them in her speech to talk about how Trump would be the president of all of America. John Dickerson is down at the podium for us tonight. John, what did you see?
Well, this was definitely a new kind of speech from a candidate's spouse. She talked about Donald Trump, but not really in the personal terms that Ann Romney used in 2012 when she talked about Mitt Romney when they were poor, eating pasta and tuna as a way to use personal stories to give people an insight into the candidate. Really, the showman Ronald... And back to you, Scott.
And Gayle King is down on the convention floor for us, Gayle.
Scott, we are here now with Chris Christie. He's been watching the speech. Everyone in this area said she was confident and she was very poised. Governor Christie, your reaction to Melania Trump tonight?
I think America saw tonight someone who's smart, articulate, who loves her husband and loves her country. And I think it was a great message tonight for her and a great way to start the convention.
Is it bittersweet for you? You know, there were reports today that Chris Christie was livid that he wasn't chosen. Were you livid? Was this tough for you sitting here tonight?
I think Paul Manafort absolutely said publicly that that was not true. And so,
how did you feel?
Well, disappointed, of course. I mean, you know, if you compete for something, at least the way I compete for things, whenever I compete for something, I want to win. But I'm very excited about Mike being the nominee. He's a friend. I'm glad that Donald picked the governor. I think that's really important to have done, to have someone who can be a partner with him in that way, to govern with him. And so I'm chairman of the transition. I take a deep breath and have a big plan to put together for President-elect Trump.
I know we haven't seen the last of you. And people in the room are saying not everybody is on the same page with Donald Trump yet, but we will be there by November. Do you think that he will be able to unite the GOP party?
He'll be able to do it, and so will Hillary Clinton.
Thank you very much, Chris Christie, for your time tonight. Scott and Nora, back to you two.
Gayle, thanks very much. We're going to be back in just a moment with Charlie Rose's exclusive interview today with Hillary Clinton. Back from Cleveland in just a moment.
Donald Trump is the agent of change, and he will be the leader of the change we need.
Donald wants prosperity for all Americans.
Scott, this one is different. The Republican Party is betting its future now on a candidate who has never held public office, never served in the military, is anti-trade, anti-entitlement reform, and has proposed a budget critics say would add trillions of dollars to the national debt. By any conventional reasoning, he is a long shot, but this is not a typical year. Republican primary voters chose him because they say he speaks his mind and they feel abandoned by their party leaders. But his nomination has left this party deeply divided, so divided, even Republican Governor John Kasich, the host governor, will not be here. His friends say he will not set foot in the arena because he disagrees with what Trump stands for and feels it would be hypocritical to give his stamp of approval. Modern history shows that candidates outside their party mainstreams don't do well. Barry Goldwater wrestled the nomination from the Republican establishment in '64, but lost to Lyndon Johnson. Democrats kicked out party regulars in '72 and nominated George McGovern. He won only one state. Donald Trump may or may not win, but in a party facing an identity crisis, the overriding question here is he changing the party for better or worse, or as many establishment Republicans worry, destroying it altogether?
Bob Schieffer, thank you very much. Donald Trump made an appearance here tonight just to introduce his wife, but very unusual, Nora, for the candidates to show up on the first night of the convention.
But we know there's nothing usual about Donald Trump.
And so it seems. He stuck to his script, about 28 words. His running will be... I'm sorry?
Yeah. Mike Pence.
We'll have more coverage from here tomorrow on CBS This Morning and the CBS Evening News. For Nora O'Donnell and the rest of us here in Cleveland, good night.